Lou Holtz, this is for you and for guys like Frank Stamms and for guys like that fucking at that time fat ass Scott Reardon. And Vinny Serrato. Definitely for how do I say this, man? Uh, Punks that you just like to punch in the fucking face, man. Yeah, and for everybody that was on the 86, 87 University of Notre Dame football teams that actually knew me and played ball. It's like this, guys. I might not look proportional to how I did back then because of muscle pulls and tears, but because of stevia, I'm fairly fucking lean and shredded and getting even more so, even though I'm eating like a pig. So when I'm talking, keep in mind that the stevia discovery, snorting it, smoking it, putting it in your lip like dip, the snorting part, it's stronger than cocaine. I never liked that shit. I could have done it all the time. I never paid any money, right? Mark Branham, whole different story. But when methamphetamine, stevia is not as strong as meth, but it'll take you for like an hour or more, and when that catches on, okay, I'm gonna fucking become fairly famous just for that shit. And then when it catches on even more so that like ingesting lots of stevia will melt all of your possibly fat ass bodies down because, I mean, Ned Bolkar, Marty Lippincott told me you look like Joe Kelty, okay? And Lou, let me get back to you, okay? How do I say this, man? You are a vile, mean, nasty, lying son of a bitch, okay? The first time that I heard about you was from a Minnesota player in Minnetonka, Minnesota, man. And, he saw me. He said, you play for Notre Dame? I had my shorts on. And said, yeah. And he said, then you fucking might think about transferring, dude, if you want to play. Because Holtz ain't nothing nice. And he'll fucking come in and except for the people that have already fucking gotten name recognition, what he'll do is he'll tank the entire fucking class that hasn't seen the field. And it doesn't matter if you have talent or not. And that's exactly what you did. Yeah. The only reason Ned Bolkar got to play is because Mike Stonebreaker drove his punk ass. I'll tell you what, Stoney, I would have fucked you up back then, and then you talking shit to the Carroll boys. You know what, punk? I'm going to fuck you up, either physically because you man up, or what I'm going to do is just clown the fuck out of you for opening your mouth, but drives his Ursula's car into a telephone pole and then is dumb and can't play for one semester. And so Ned's a Kodak All-American and gets drafted to the pros. And, other than that, you tanked the entire fucking class, man. Was there any other talent? Let's see. Oh, yeah, Marty Lippincott. I saw Marty in high school because Jerry Faust showed me this tape. And he said, you know what? Marty's coming to Notre Dame. And if you come to Notre Dame, see the play and see Marty stopping USC on 1st and goal in the Coliseum because you wanted to win that game, you little punk. So you took Marty from the sidelines, put him in, he played it, and boom. He went back to obscurity. He's in the NFL, okay? There's a potential future where Marty and I are both in the fucking NFL, which it should have been, okay? And then we're doing real good, and there's a whole fucking subplot storyline, all right? And you rob people of that. Like when you were jumping on Tony Rice and robbing him of the confidence to fucking make decisions, okay? I saw you turn that kid from... Tony knew he was gifted, man, and he was confident, he was cocky, and he was a good kid, man. And I saw you break him and ruin him, okay? And so did everybody else. They just haven't gotten a chance to fucking talk on it. And it's like this, Lou. How old are you? How much time do you have, man? How much time does Skip have? How much time does your grandchildren have to hear stories about their fucked up, vicious granddad and what a lying punk bitch he was, okay? Remember when you kicked me off the team, Lou? I didn't do anything wrong. Okay, he said it was the little things that I wasn't doing. Okay, just the little things that it took to be a Notre Dame football player. What? Like suck your cock, like Frank Stam's mom, dad, or he did. Okay, to get given a position when you were a fucking punk ass, obscure fucking fullback. Okay, that you know what, dude? Did you ever start, Frank? Because when I was playing there, Pernell Taylor did. Okay, you didn't see the field. The only time that you saw the field was like when your back was getting fucking grass on it because I kicked your fucking ass in a pass rush drill. Okay, and so they had to kick me off the team. Off the team, I couldn't even be in the same field, dude. And they moved Cedric Figro out of his position, give you the opportunity to do what? Get one fucking sack while you're learning it? You know what, dude? I'm sick to death of assholes like Lou Holtz, okay, and guys like Frank Stans, that shouldn't get a chance to play, okay? Seriously, Frank, truth, genetically, without steroids, you are, homeboy, I'll tell you what, you know how like when you're fucking wrestling or somebody like in a pass rush drill, you can feel, okay? You were a bitch compared to me, okay? Without steroids, you weren't shit, all right? If you actually fucking don't allow yourself to be held back by your friends in the fucking shower, I'm beating your fucking ass. I happen to be naked at the same time, and unlike Diego Sanchez, I wouldn't have a fucking heart on, you know what I'm saying, okay? Anyways, yeah, so instead of going to the NFL where you didn't belong, if it wasn't for steroids, you never would have been there in the first place. You're in Ohio, wherever the fuck you came from, selling insurance, all right? And it ain't like it is now. Lou Holtz, if you don't do something to help me get Stevia famous, okay, say, yeah, you know what? It is a stimulant. It gives you hella energy, okay? If you don't do something like that, what I'm going to do is dedicate part of the rest of my life to making it so your grandkids are embarrassed to go to whatever school it is that they go to, okay? You know what I could do, motherfucker? I could buy an ounce of weed, okay? I get it really cheap, okay? And what I could do is break some off to people and have them fucking post ads on Craigslist on wherever they're at, wherever you're at, and have them do it. And just tell the truth that you were a miserable, you know what, dude? You're a cheater, okay? I tackled a guy, kept him from scoring, and you fired me for it, okay? And I say that you tanked the Texas A&M game, that you played John Foley. You started him at defensive tackle when he was a linebacker, and he was, John was hurt. He couldn't bench. He was weak, okay? And you started him against a first-team All-American in a Cotton Bowl that you were tanking on purpose, okay? I saw the pass routes and shit, you were trying to lose that game because if you had won, it wasn't like with your players, okay? Jerry Faust might have gotten some credit, man. And while we're on that subject, I heard Digger Phelps and Jerry Faust coaches talking about him clowning him, and I'm wondering, wow, did they really fucking give it their all, their effort, or did they try to tank a high school guy coming out because, you know what, he broke the fucking, that's not how it goes. You feel me? The Old Boys Coaching Network, kind of the reason why I got in trouble at Notre Dame for what? The USC thing? Put it like this, dude. If you don't fucking help me get Stevia famous, Lou. Did I already show these pictures? Okay. Yeah, well, I'll come back to them. And the reason is because I don't have this on timer, and I don't want to fucking do another one. Scott Reardon. Remember that time when your fat ass actually fucking said to Joe Yonto, okay, Coach, can I take care of him? Meaning me? Oh, I'll tell you what, motherfucker. You would have bitten off more than you could fucking chew. And look at that fucking gut. You could chew quite a bit, all right? I say that Scott Reardon, formerly of the University of Nebraska, gets on Stevia, or what I'm going to do is start to clown you, punk. Yeah, walking around with a fucking knife or something in your fucking shoe because you can't fight to back up those fucking words. I'll tell you what, dude. I didn't like you then. Probably not a chance I'm going to like you now. And do something positive for stevia, or I'm going to exercise my constitutional rights and tell the truth, and people will laugh and fucking snicker behind your fat fucking back. George Stewart, you know what? I liked you, man. And I also heard you fucking curse Lou Holtz out, because, you know what? He's a cocksucker and no one likes him, okay? And what you should have done, if you have my best interest, you should have told me to transfer, okay? Anyways, so, yeah, you were kind of fat back then, getting a fucking gut. I wonder how it looks now. Help me out, Coach Stu. Well, after the fact, when you should have back then. Forrest Fazio, I love that guy. And I loved it that he came up. I'll tell you what, before, was it this team went to play Texas A&M, the scrub defense, led by Marty Lippincott at nose tackle and Dan Quinn at outside linebacker, overwhelmed and annihilated the first team offense, who couldn't fucking score in a scrimmage. How many first downs did you have to give the first team to actually get into the end zone, Lou? We were fucking you up. And Forrest Fazio, before that last scrimmage, it was a big one, he slapped me on the ass in a non-gay way and said, go out there and fuck him up, man. It's not me that's holding you back. And swear to God. And Vinny Serrato, I'll tell you what, this is no shit. I never liked your fucking punk ass, okay? When you were actually hitting on my girlfriend, Suzanne Michelle Roy, I was contemplating fucking you up and then transferring, seriously. But you know what? I came to the decision that I was going to use the University of Notre Dame to get my education. And so I told Cedric Figaro right here, when he came up to me, after all this is over, Figs had played with San Diego for 1 year, and he came up and he told me, quote unquote, you're better than everybody that I play with, okay? But you'll never get a chance because beep, don't like you. So what you got to do is go up to Canada, wreck it, come back down. And, yeah, anyway, I got lost in that story. Vinny Serrato. I used to actually halfway like the 49ers. And then they gave you a job, and that changed immediately, dramatically. Dude, I'll tell you what, if you had ever fucked with me, I would, and there was no one around, and I wouldn't get in trouble back then. You know, like if I could have beaten you to death and then walked away, in a second, man, I would have done everybody a favor. That's how I truly feel. And you know what? Do I really want to get into any of their coaches? I don't really know any of their coaches because they were different positions and shit. But like I said, Neb Olkar, is that cute blonde right there? Is she the one that we double teamed in Mary's and Susie's bedroom? Yeah, Susie obviously wasn't my girlfriend anymore since, you know, when I went to McCree's Deli, people looked up in shock because she'd just been there with her new boyfriend, and they didn't want to see me beat someone to death. Anyways, but I think you were still going out with Mary. Anyways, that was a good time, man. Fun stories. You know, Lou Holtz, I imagine when you saw me, you hated my guts because I was born with everything that you never had, and so you couldn't pass it on to your kids. I don't know where Skipper is in this fucking picture, but I do know that genetically he was food, okay, for a higher fucking, that's me on weed, level predator, okay, on a food chain, you know? C41 for reference, probably in the dictionary, fucktard. And if Lou Holtz doesn't do something to help pay Stevia forward because it's the right thing to do, what I'm going to do, Lou, and it's already a done deal because I've already worked this out with my kids, they will tell the truth and make it so your grandchildren are embarrassed to fucking have your last name, punk. And all you got to do is perhaps snort Stevia and then Twitter the truth, okay? Or have Skipper do it, right? He's your fucking, tell you what, man, the fact that he's a fucking head coach now, I worry for his fucking kids.